Hello, everyone, and welcome to the three things you need to master for online success. This is even if you're not a techie, guys. So, I just want to welcome you here today. It really does take something for you to take a look at your life and what it might look like, what you might be missing. And so, sometimes people hear missing and people hear wrong. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just not there, right? So if you drop a puzzle piece in the middle of the floor and it blends in and you can't find it, that piece is missing when you put the puzzle together, right? There's nothing wrong with that piece for being missing. It's just not there. That's what we're talking about here. Just looking at what it is that you might have that might need to be put in. So I do want to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Jeff Purdue Atkins. I also go by JP Atkins. I'm a productivity coach, a nomad. I have been nomadic with two pups since May. Is when I actually went nomadic. But I've been living in an RV for about 2 years now, a little over 2 years now. I've worked with artists, authors, coaches, Fortune 500 companies to set up brands and things like that. I also host the Creative Nomad podcast, which is a lot of fun. Now, this is kind of some fun stats. I started managing restaurants in 1994, and trust me, when it comes to systems, there's nothing better than restaurants for that. I started working on websites in 1998. After I had brain surgery, I ran a web development company down West Palm Beach, Florida. It was a lot of fun. It was great, but I was there when the internet bubble busted. And it's the first time I learned that things constantly change when it comes to online, and it changes quickly. What works, what doesn't. And so this is a brand new assessment for you guys today. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you have out of this. So I went fully online in 2013. I was working as a sales coach for a big rate chain pizza place. And it is, I don't like this light. Let me change that. Okay. So big chain I was working with, and I was a sales coach. I was doing local sales, local marketing in different places. It was a really great job. I actually put that job up as something that we needed. It came back down years later. It was really awesome. So I took my job. I won every award known to the company. I raised sales in my area. I gave $2.5 million to the Detroit Zoo. Did all kinds of amazing stuff because of that. Well, they decided that they didn't need me anymore. And that company now, it went from 48 locations to 18 because they stopped doing the stuff that I was doing. And it's just important. And now there's some other factors that may have been 20 of those probably should have went, but there's a good many of those that didn't need to. So when I went online, I worked with the artists. Like I said, I was working with artists and authors. I did all kinds of really great stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little later. So everything that I do now, everything I work with is really around finding freedom in your life, having a life of freedom. And what do I mean by freedom? Freedom for me is creativity, authenticity, and profitability. All right, now let me break that down. I've been an artist all my life. I've been in theater. I'm a singer. I'm a musician. I have actually I've done all kinds of things in that realm. I have done 2 different art shows. So I'm an artist. It's just creativity is very important to me. It's like I breathe, and I forget sometimes that some of the things that I do just naturally, and people can't do. People can't do until I watch them try to do it, and it's like, oh, stop, please stop. Authenticity, I am me. This is me right now. My RV is right outside this wall. The motor is down. We've been working on that. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the month, but it's been a journey. I'm staying with my mechanic. It's been a fun and interesting ride. but this is me. I'm authentic about it, right? I'm gay. Hi. If that offends you, this may not be the place for you. But if I can't live in that authenticity, there's a problem with that, right? And profitability. I want to make money. Money is good. Okay. And some of the three things that I have found that you really need to have mastered. So going forward, right, we're going to start rating ourselves in these. Okay. So, you know, just know that I have some polls to come up, or you can write it down on a piece of paper. You just want to start rating yourself where you are in each of these places, right? The first one is vision. All right. So, what is a vision? What is your vision? And often people talk about are afraid to have a vision and are afraid to have dreams, right? But for me, it's what would I like my perfect life to look like? Now, not the vacation life, not that life that, I'm sitting on the beach drinking Mai Tais all day long. That's lovely for a vacation, but doesn't really make a life, right? And you'll see stars don't live that life either. So that's part of the picture you see, but what you're not seeing is the 20 hours you know, of press reviews that they did to hit all the different markets when they're releasing a movie. So you see this little piece, but you're not seeing the big thing. Now, what does the vision for your life, what does your normal Tuesday look like? And the dogs decide they're going to come out and be a little loud, so I apologize in advance about that. So what does that look like? What is your perfect Tuesday? Right? And then once you have the vision, okay, this is authenticity right here, right? The dogs are right here. They're being crazy. Once you have a vision, you have to set goals. So what's the difference between my vision and my goals? Now, my goals are written, they're measurable, and they're broken down into steps, right? So my big vision right now is I'm opening up a transformation center by the end of the year. So I've been looking at different places. We've been looking at financing options, looking at what that really is going to take. I'm also looking at the staff I want for that, right? And what do I want people to experience when they come see us, right? So I actually have that broken down to when it is that I want it, how I want it, what do I need, what does that look like to make that run efficiently. So I want you to rate yourself, actually. Alrighty. So I want you to rate yourself on your clear and written goals. So if you have written goals all broken down, all you know what to do today to get you to your goal, that's a 10. If you have more of a vision, then that would be a 1. Alrighty. Now, next, okay, is your platform. So, what is a platform? So, a platform is where who you are, what you do, and who you help all come together, and what you believe all come together. Right? You hear this a lot with politicians. You'll hear about the Democratic or the Republican platforms. You're going to hear, and what it does is it breaks down everything into talking points. It breaks down everything into what it is that you do, who you're doing it for, and how you do it, why you do it. It's important, and it's what you believe. So some of the beliefs that I have is that you're perfect, whole, and complete. So how do we get that message out? Next is I need to rate yourself. Ooh, new tech. Let me go ahead and rate yourself, guys. Alrighty. And next is a movement. So I want you to imagine with me that a million people have got your product, have seen your art, have read your book, have done your course. A million people. What does that bring to the world? What would if every a million people are out there and are touched, moved, and inspired by you? How does that impact the world? That's your movement. And it doesn't have to be a coach, right? Because I know what my movement is. My movement is a million artists, authors, and um, coaches out there really living their true awesome life, living a life that they love, being energized and refreshed, right? But I want you to think back on Steve Jobs when he came out with the iPod. He just wanted to be able to download music into something that plays so they could take it with them. It was small, it was convenient, and held enough music for him to actually get through a workout. Because before that, that was not possible, right? And if you think about what was before it, we had the Discman, which jumped every 30 seconds. And some of you guys might be too young to remember this. I get it, right? But, as you were working out, you had to have it on flat service, and the vibrations would skip songs and all kinds of stuff. So what does that look like? So he saw people being able to have their music in their pocket comfortably. It didn't skip, and he created it. That's a movement. It changed the music industry. And systems. Now, I hear the collective. Oh, wait a second. Before we get to systems, let's go and rate yourself. Are you leading a movement or are you just trying to make money? What's your big picture? Can people actually get bored? How do people get inspired by you? Okay, next systems. And I hear you guys all, woo, whoo, the energy goes. I don't want to. What is a system? How is systems? I don't like systems. Systems suck. Systems hold me down. They don't. Actually, systems set you free. And I'm going to prove this, right? Because think about this. Think about McDonald's. Okay. Where's the bathroom? Guess what? You don't have to think about where the bathroom is because you know where the bathroom is. It's normally on the right side of the building towards the back, right? Typically, I've seen a couple that are off, and then you're like, where's the bathroom? Oh my God, where's the bathroom? But generally, that's where a McDonald's bathroom is. Okay. Where's the fry machine? So typically, a fry machine is right on the left hand side, almost right adjacent to like right across from the bathrooms, opposite sides, right? And we know that. Well, what does that do for you, right? So, as a business owner, having those clear systems allows you to know exactly where things are, exactly how things are run, exactly how your day goes, right? And so that you can actually give it away and it's duplicatable. So a lot of people are doing solopreneur stuff, right? Especially as coaches and artists and things like that. But you want to give it a then you find yourself overworked and overstressed and working out of your genius zone. Right. And my rule of thumb is you have to know what's going on, you have to understand it, and then you can pass it off. Because you don't have to be great at it. Okay. And the first one everyone wants to do is marketing. Now, I always say this is the last one you probably should do. And the reason being, number one, unless you're doing $5,000 a month in sales, then you should not be running ads. Okay. The reason being, your message isn't clear. You're not getting enough movement. So that marketing isn't working for you. It's not going to work for you when you pay for it if it's not working for you organically. And the only way that you know how it's working is if you're actually doing it. You're seeing what's working, what's not working, the questions that come up. That's all very important for you to understand. So rate yourself on marketing. Is your marketing on point? People understand who I am, what I do, and why they should work with me? Give 1 to 10. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a copywriter that I'm working with to clarify my voice, but the actual marketing I'm doing. Okay. Next is sales. One of the big questions that people have around sales is what is your client flow? Now, I actually know can walk through my client flow from start to finish. Most people can't. And a lot of people are really afraid of sales, and a lot of people are doing some slimy ass stuff around sales, right? But one of the things that is important is if you're doing your marketing right, because marketing and sales are different, they should be ready to buy from you. They already know who you are, know what you do, know that they need it, because that's what marketing is about. Excuse me. And know why they need it, right? And why they need it from you. So, what is your sales process? Are you being slimy and like, here, buy from me? Rate yourself. I have a clear sales process, so when I get on the phone or if they're going on the website, I get at least a 50% close rate. 50-50. And next, we have delivery. So, how are you delivering your message? How are you getting your movement to the people, and not in a marketing way, but actually delivering that product, right? How are you delivering on the goals of your platform? So, as a coach, it could be a course, it could be writing a book, it could be, what does that look like for you? It might be a podcast. So, and how does it get to the people? So, are you doing calls? Are you doing, do they have a video course? Normally, it's a mixture of all of those. Are you doing podcast tours to get the book out? Are you, what platforms do you have it on? That's all important. So, your product is clear and defined, and it can be delivered in a manner where I am. So, one of the great things about my program is that it can be delivered anywhere I am. I do have calls. I do have some stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Um, but for the most part, can run pretty much almost without me at this point. Next, we have results. So we all want results, right? We're not doing all this for nothing. We really want to actually be there and actually get the stuff and make the impact that we want to make in the world. And the first way to do that is have integrity. And I always say, without integrity, nothing works. So integrity is not morality. And I'll give you a good example of that. Take out the garbage. Now, we all know that when it's time to take out the garbage in the house, right? Bag's full. Now, I know I've been one of those people that might push it down and try to add a little bit more because I don't want to go outside at the moment. I don't want to take it out. It's not moral, right? But it either works or it doesn't work. Either I can push it down and put more in it, or I can't and I need to take it out, right? That's integrity, taking out that garbage. Okay. So integrity is not really, it is doing what you say you do. It's being whole and complete, right? And what happens is that if you have that garbage sitting there, so let me tell you why that's important. You That's in between you and that person. So you might be thinking about that garbage or that report that you need to write or the form that you're creating for a client. And when you have integrity and when you're constantly working on your integrity, you can actually clear that up so that this space is completely clear between you and others. It's doing what you know to do, doing what you say you do, and doing what is expected of you in a timely manner. That's how to kind of look at that. So tell me, now, are you late all the time? Are you a speeder? Are you one that likes to break the rules? Those are those could be integrity questions, right? Next is productivity. Woo! This is so much fun because see, when your systems are clear, your productivity happens. Okay, so what does productivity? If you have clear standard operating practices that are written, you're going to be more productive. Do you get the things done that you say you're going to get done? Does your Can you hand it over to someone else to do it? So I'll give you a really great example of this right now with life coaching today. We're hiring salespeople, right? And I didn't have a clear standard for this. I no, I don't do outward sales very often, and this it actually makes sense to do outbound sales. So how do I do that successfully, and how do I do that with integrity and productivity? I had to write out what is it that I'm looking for, what it's doing. I had to go and actually talk to people. I actually used the script. I made the phone calls. I did a week worth of phone calls, and actually that went through. I found out what worked, what their questions were, what their answers were, and we did it, right? So I have a clear standard operating practice for that. So do you rate yourself? Do you have clear standard operating practices that are scheduled and are done by the due date? That's productivity. Last but not least is an accountability program. So there are three levels of accountability, right? The lowest level is your accountability to you. Oh, today I'm going to do laundry. And that's because I looked down and I saw I need to do laundry, right? So today I need to do laundry. Now, I didn't tell anyone else other than you. Right now, I told you, but you guys don't count. You can't see me right now, so you're not checking on me to see if I have accountability about that. Again, nothing wrong if I don't do laundry today. I probably have enough laundry to last me. I could probably wear something. I have clothes, but I do need to do some laundry today. Right? Not a morality issue. I'm not a bad person if I don't do it, but being my goal is to do laundry. Right? Promising me I could do it or not do it. Now, if I told somebody else, right? So a friend, family member, roommate, whatever it looks like, hey, I got to do laundry today. And later on, they might say, hey, did you get the laundry done? How was that laundry? Right? Then I might have just a little bit more accountability towards that and I might get the laundry done. Now, if I was talking to my coach, or a parent or some authoritarian figure, right? And say, one of my goals this week is to get all my laundry done and put away. It's not, but it could be, right? There's been times when I've had a lot of laundry that I need to do. I don't have a lot of laundry anymore. So there's not a lot of laundry to do anyways. I don't have as much clothes. But just an example, right? Nothing bad or wrong. Just something I want to get done. It's one of my goals. It's going to clear up some space for me. It's an integrity issue. It's between me and you. So what does that look like? Right? So, and having a time to check in with that person and, hey, did you get your laundry done? Well, I'm probably not going to, you know, make the excuse to them. And I know this is a stupid example, right? But it is one that is there. So go ahead. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and rate yourself on an accountability plans that uses all three levels of accountability. Do all of your goals, do you have accountability towards it? Alrighty. So, guys, I so appreciate you guys going through this assessment. You know, how'd you do? And if you're anything like me, you have some that are in, you know, twos and threes, and some that might be in seven, eight, nines. You know, I don't deal in absolutes. I'm a Jedi. Um, you guys didn't get the joke, probably. That's okay. So, how'd you do? Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the True Awesome Life Mastermind, because what we do is we go in and help you in all these areas, right? And the way we do that is first clarifying your vision, making sure that you know what your vision is, making sure that you have a strong platform, your messaging is strong, and you can actually start your movement. Next, we do all tech for you. 90% of the tech for your program and your delivery is done for you. What does that look like? Right? So your website, your email list, all that, we go and set it up. We do all your autoresponders, all the stuff for your funnel, making sure that's all done for you. Next is we have a weekly support. So we have two calls a week. Mondays we come in and it's what I like to call the get shit done call. We come in, we spend an hour getting something accomplished. And then on Thursdays, Thursdays, we have our clarity call where we come in and you bring your questions, and I might teach something if I see something that's we need to go over. Last but not least, we have our Facebook community. And so what that community does is that gives you that second level of accountability, right? We talk about our goals, and then you can actually go and find out if you actually got those done. So look, you can book a call with me. The link for that is True Awesome Life Clarity. It's also in your handouts. So if you click on the handout thing next door, that's there. And, I truly appreciate you being here today. Know that each and every one of you are loved. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop me an email, drop me a message. I'm always here for you. And I will see you guys soon.